Down in the Deep South, homes come as over-the-top and unique as the personalities who live there.
It's not quite normal, but I've never professed to be normal.
From a secluded, swampy sanctuary to a mega mansion of historic proportions and luxury in the low country, these homeowners mix champagne tastes with moonshine views.
Very.
On Ultimate Homes, Southern Exposure. Living in the South has incredible rewards. Beautiful bayous, stunning live oaks, deep-rooted culture, Cajun cuisine. It's a place to be desired. To build a home here, you've got to overcome oppressive heat, intense humidity, unstable wetlands, and violent storms. For the resilient residents who dare to tame these lands with walls and a roof, the South can be the lap of luxury. On the outskirts of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, is a stretch of water called Bayou Fountain. Its tranquility and beauty inspired one eccentric sculptor to transform 10 swampy acres of land into an amazing work of art.
My home is not about just the house, it's about views. It's about living in the area and living inside of sculpture in a legitimate, wonderful Louisiana setting. And it's just a sweet spot. Living on the bayou is a wonderful experience. It's a great ecosystem. I come from Cajuns. You can live off the land. And the fact that I have a water well and I can live on the wild game if it comes down to it.
Rigsby Frederick makes his living by shaping and molding nature's strongest materials. Stone, metal, and wood to create unbelievable masterpieces. Determined to create his finest and most challenging work of art, a home for he and his wife Sarah, he built this $4 million, 4,000 square foot, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom home with a standalone art studio and guest house perched above a swamp. Set on a charming hillside, the home is situated to take advantage of the beauty in the surrounding nature. Before this sculptor even thought about framing his home, he focused on the grounds to create an idyllic environment that emulated his Cajun upbringing. Open land overlooking a gorgeous bayou. But since the bayou wasn't right outside his front door, he looked to his artistic talents and sculpted his own body of water.
I was able to dig the pond and move earth. It was a blank slate. The pond was an opportunity to thank God I could move earth. I got the chance to sculpt earth.
With the landscape complete, he was able to finally turn his attention to building his dream home. Requiring 77 concrete pilings to position the home precisely where he wanted, and to create a foundation strong enough to support the 4,000 square foot home, it was no easy task.
It took 3 months and hundreds of thousands of dollars just to get to a slab. So I was very intent on perching myself on this hill, and I cuss this hill every day.
Eventually, he created the ultimate Bayou home, a gallery to display his and other artists' finished works. Repurposed and reclaimed materials were used throughout the home, including custom-built pieces found in the master bedroom.
The fireplace was handmade, the bed was handmade, the armoire was handmade. Everything in our environment is really hand-done. Our view from the bedroom is really meant to enjoy the pond, all of the sculpture on the property. You really have a wonderful view right from here.
And no sculptor's home would be complete without a separate workshop. So Rigsby built a 1,500 square foot space to unleash his artistic expression.
This is where the magic happens. Full fabrication, stone, steel, wood, everything from beaver skin to granite. An eclectic collection of material from around the world that will eventually become something combined. You have to have a place to be creative and I have been blessed. I've always had a studio, but never one quite like this.
These sculptures are the result of an artist's unbridled imagination. And for Rigsby, whose home had become the ultimate sculpture, he longed to make one last addition before he considered it complete.
It ended up just being a piece of sculpture that you can live in. It's not quite normal, but I've never professed to be normal.
Coming up, a secluded hideaway.
And what I love about this balcony is I will never see another rooftop.
And sometimes the most interesting features are the ones you don't even know exist.
Had them put in a little door here in case I could escape.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana is where sculptor Rigsby Frederick and his wife Sarah call home. But they didn't stop at this 4,000 square foot work of art. Rigsby also built a swampy getaway smack in the middle of Bayou Fountain. But the so-called Palmetto suite was plagued with problems from the start. Everything had to be ferried in and out by ATV or canoe because the rise and fall of the bayou water was too much for heavy equipment or pickup trucks.
There were times I had to actually pull my guys out in a canoe and then leave them on the levee, go back and ferry my carpenters in. Several times during the process, water would come up and we were chasing 2x4s.
After 10 long months, he had a second sculpture to call home. A compact yet comfortable swamp dwelling with loads of artistic charm.
It's not fancy, but it's real. Y'all come on in.
The Palmetto suite is only a fraction of the size of the main house, but it has striking similarities in the use of repurposed materials.
So basically I had a 20 by 18 footprint, and then I had to design within that. So it really makes you realize what is necessary and what do you need to actually make a home.
He sanded 42 whiskey barrels down to make 22 exposed beams that hang over a sitting area, kitchen, full bathroom, and bedroom.
I was able to acquire this lace wood and then this sinker cypress, made the door, and then cut it exactly down the middle, which will always make you a little bit nervous. And it turned out to be a great little entrance to a bathroom.
Inside the bathroom, he used a semi-precious variety of glass for the windows.
I wanted a bathroom with privacy, thus the onyx worked great. I can still get light. Well, and you can see the sun will come through it, and then you get this great light from the inside. It is the chi flow on the bayou.
Furnishing the bathroom and other rooms was a tough task. Everything was too big to make the tight turns in the house, so all the material had to be hauled up by winch and cable, and most of it was handmade by the artist himself.
In my world, I do one-offs. It takes time to do each piece for the specific site, and everything has to fit together. Find the material, find the inspiration, and then you actually come out with a finished piece. And this piece here in the corner, this is maple burl, of course, on a rocker, the rosewood, and it's always when you're working with something that is not square, it even makes it more difficult. So it just takes a long time. It's a labor of love. It's something that, you know, hopefully my kid will get.
The second floor balcony is yet another showpiece created by the Bayou artist. A sculpture with a stunning view.
And as you can see, I'm now up on the south balcony. You're in the treetops, and thus the nickname treehouse, but we're along Bayou Fountain, and there's nothing but a full ecosystem and woods for miles. So truly, you are in a situation that is very, very remote and very, very special. And what I love about this balcony is I will never see another rooftop.
His dream of living inside his ultimate work of art is complete.
When you do something you're really passionate about, it comes out of your pores, you know, and all I do is do. Just been really, really fortunate.